Hi, this is Eric Martin. We're Board Game Geek. I'm here with JC Doré from Foxmind, looking at Head of Mousehold by Adam Weiss.
Yes.
Yes.
First-time designer, and he is really promising in the games he makes, so he's a guy to check out in the future.
Okay. What are we doing with the mice here?
Head of Mousehold is
trying to get some food.
Yeah, they're trying to get the most cheese wedges after 5 rounds.
Okay.
So it's 5 rounds of play. Each round is like a day in the life of the mice.
Okay.
And what you do is that you mix up those speeds card, and each player gets a set of different mouse, but they are in different rooms of the house.
Okay.
So you would have the bathroom mice, like these.
Okay.
The office, the garden, the toy room, and the kitchen.
Okay.
So I would give you a set of cards. I would take one.
And you should mention as well, these are non-final components.
Yes, exactly. The artwork is near what we want it to be, but back of the cards and tokens, and you have these mouse meeples. Those are not final. Those are in production still.
Okay.
So the way you play the game is that each turn you choose 3 cards you want to place under the mouse traps. And the goal of the game actually is from an old English saying that the second mouse gets the cheese.
Yes.
Meaning that if you're patient enough, you'll get what you want.
That's right.
So if you're too fast under the mouse trap, then your mice is going to be discarded, and the second one will get the cheese.
Okay.
So we see here the different speed order for the day. So the first one is the purple mouse. So she's the fastest, and the slowest would be the orange one. So based on that, you need to choose your 3 cards that you're going to play this round. So this. Once that's done, what you do is that you need to place the card under the mousetrap. First card under is face down, second is face up, third is face down, and so on.
Okay.
And in the regular version of the game, what we also do is that we have color meeples for each of our cards. Mm-hmm. And what we do is, if, for example, I've taken an orange mice, I'm putting an orange color in front of me. I've picked a white one, so I'm putting a white one, and that's it. But I have 3 cards in my hands, meaning that I may have 2 orange cards, or I may have 2 white cards. So it gives basic information on what you have.
Okay.
But if we put those aside for now, the base of the game would be, okay, I'm putting a card first, and I would go here.
Okay. Now the next one has to be face up.
If you put it under that one, it needs to be face up, but you can choose whichever trap you want.
Okay.
Logically, I could try and go here.
Okay. Although purple is first, so purple is going to die, yes?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Depending on the order the mouse are placed,
Okay.
it may mean that I get the cheese. Because if, for example, you've put a purple mouse here, when we're going to flip it, you're the one who placed your mouse first. So I'm betting that this card is purple.
Okay.
So being second in line would make me win the cheese here.
Okay.
So I need to place it here.
All right. And if you're first, you get nothing, or do we just sit here? That's it.
When you're first, if you've chosen the slowest mouse has a special power that it can never die.
Okay.
Because the slowest mouse is wise. So
Okay.
just like the author, Adam Weiss. So so you take your time, the mouse takes its time, and it's slow enough to get the cheese.
Okay.
And in a 2-player game, normally, I've shown 4 mouse traps here, but in a 2-player game, you would have less mouse trap than that. It's just to show a full spectrum of what the game can offer.
Okay.
So if we flip all the mice at the end, okay, we see different results here. You need to place back the mouse in order. So here, the order is right, so this one would be taken out. So it is discarded until the end of the game. Second one gets the cheese and goes back in your hand. So you can play it in the next round.
Okay.
Here, we need to switch places. So this one dies. Discarded.
Comes back.
This one comes back to your hand, and you get the cheese. And those ones, since they're the only ones there and no one is orange, they would die. So it wouldn't be a logical move to do normally. So, but in the end, what you need to know also is that some cards have these symbols here. This symbol is a squeaker mouse. The squeaker mouse has a special power. Each time it is directly under a trap, it squeaks. When it squeaks, it alerts the mouse cat inside the house, and the second mouse under it is taken out. So in this situation, the third mouse would gain the cheese.
Okay.
And in that version too, what we didn't have time to plan ahead yet was the day event cards. Each round there will be a card that is turned, and that will announce an event that will change the spectrum of all the way it's played here. It can whether be the speed of the mice that could be alternated. So if, for example, your strategy would have been, okay, I'm choosing 2 of these and 1 of these, but then we switch,
Right.
you need to change the way you play your cards.
Okay.
They play out differently. So the game is about it's 2 to 5 players, 40 minutes, and it's going to be presented in its final version at Gen Con.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the overview.
Thank you.
I've had a Mousehold.